Thank you. For those of you watching on Facebook and Get Set Up TV, we'll start on the hour as soon as the class opens. Hello, Shirley.
Hello. I'll get there.
Jeffrey, hello. Jeffrey, you there? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good, thank you. Good. Okay. Alinda, hello.
Aloha.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Okay. So we're waiting for a few more people to join the class. And but while we're waiting, Alinda, maybe you tell me why you joined the class, Instagram.
It's something that my younger daughters are involved with, and they show me some fun stuff, and I just want to not be a dinosaur anymore. I want to connect with the younger people. My daughters are, you know, younger, and I want to just have something to connect with them.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Thanks for sharing that. And Nikki, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. And how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, good, good. Why are you here?
Well, I've fumbled my way through Instagram so far, and there are certain things I try to find, when I'm following a certain person, and it's hard for me to do that. I'm not very adept at doing that. Earlier today, I did take a class with Wade Yarbrough on posting my profile, so I was able to do that, but we didn't really get into too much of, the actual Instagram itself. So
Okay, oh, good. So you'll be able to teach us about the
oh,
profile during this class.
I can tell you how to add a picture. I took my picture and posted it as a crack up. Anyway,
That's
so I'm
great.
looking forward to taking your class.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to hosting it. Really good. So, hello to Darla. Hello, Darla.
Well, hi there.
Yay, you well?
I'm here because I'm just so unconnected and I'm trying to get connected. So I have a lot to learn, so I'm a newbie.
Okay, that's fine. You've come to the right class. This is the basics. This is the introduction. So it'll be super having you. So yeah, Liz, hello.
Hi.
Are you here?
Yes. Hello?
Hello. What brings you to this class, Liz?
I need to I've taken the class, but I need to repeat session, or maybe more than one.
Okay, okay,
I'm a little bit of a slow learner.
okay. But learning is an important thing. Whether it's fast or slow, learning is important. And the older we get, the more we got to focus on learning to keep our brain going.
Right.
Yeah, it develops new connections. Every time we learn something new, there are new connections in the brain. And that's what keeps, it's the only organ in our body that doesn't age if we keep it going. So learning is one way to do that. It's marvelous. Okay. So who haven't I greeted? Please greet me if I haven't greeted you. Okay. Remember that you can keep your mics muted. That's fine. But all you have to do to unmute your mic is press down your space bar and hold your space bar down. And while you're talking, let go, and then it mutes again automatically. So you don't have to touch the microphone or the indication, the icon at the bottom. So you can just use your space bar. It's quick and easy, and it's quite convenient. So you can try it now and experiment with it if you want to, and see it go on and off, see the line disappear. And then, of course, we've got right at the bottom of your Zoom lens, you've got something called reactions. And that's where you'll get the thumbs up. And you try it now, see what you find. It's good to have that sort of interaction. And you know, maybe you want to ask a question, you can put your hand up. And yeah, Darla's got the thumbs up. Who else who's found the thumbs up? Okay, there we are. Nikki's got it, and Alinda's got it. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, all right. What we're going to do, I'm not sure if any more are going to join us, but I want to share my screen, and what we're going to do to start with is look at some slides. And then we're going to go live using my iPhone. And I must warn you that both on the slides and on the iPhone, all of us, and I'm sure if we did a survey quickly now, which we won't do, that everybody has got different types of devices that they're using on social media. So even if you've got an iPhone, I've got an iPhone 6, which is so old. and you've got a 12, it will look different. Okay, so and if you've got an Android and all the different manufactured types, it will look different. So don't be alarmed that you can't see what I'm showing either on the slides or when we go live. Okay, so my name is Michael Plumstead, and I live in Perth, Australia. And the time here now is 11 a.m. Okay, and you are much later, I know that. Okay.
Yes,
Are you 11 p.m.?
yes, 11 p.m. for Darlene.
Okay, okay. Thanks, Darla. That's it. So I'm very pleased that you've stayed up for this class. And so, yes, I am who you see on the screen. And so I really enjoy my Get Set Up classes. So let's get going. What is Instagram? And we've got some newbies here. It's a messaging app. And yes, there are lots of messaging apps, but this one is special. This one has something that the others do not have. This one resonates with your pictures and your messaging. And I hope that if you're not sold on Instagram when you arrived here in the class, that you're going to be sold on it by the end of the class, because I love Instagram. Okay. And I like the tagline that they use. You can see it on the screen there. Capture and share the world's moments. And that makes a really big difference to, let's say, using Facebook, where you upload the whole holidays photographs. With Instagram, you would upload a particular photo or video of your holiday. So it would be that moment. That is really what it makes it be different, shall we say. Okay. And there are many people on Instagram, as you can see from your slide. Okay. So I'm sure you know that a messenger app is where you send text messages to individuals and groups, and you can make calls and so forth. Okay. The most popular ones are obviously Messenger, because it's part of Facebook, and WhatsApp and Telegram. But Instagram is about pictures, I say again. Okay. So you'll use Instagram not to go and text everything. Yes, you can text, but you don't use Instagram because you just want to text. Okay. It's much better to use Telegram or WhatsApp or one of those. So why did Facebook buy Instagram? Because Facebook is so big and so wealthy. It's because of the speed and simplicity, which you will discover as you start working with Instagram. Okay? And the innards of Instagram are very sophisticated, but they've made it very simple to use. And it's a really good place to meet people, meet groups of people. There's just a profound amount of information that you can find on Instagram. And the most popular these days are the videos, the very short videos, but I'll tell you more about that in a way. So stay tuned. Right, some terms that we're going to use. Follow in refers to the list of users that you follow on Instagram, that you follow on Instagram. So ing at the end, you follow, okay? And you can follow all sorts of people, friends, brands, and celebrities. We'll come to that in a minute. And you have access to anybody you follow in their profiles. But followers, ERS on the end, on Instagram, are the users that you follow. Okay. So the one is people following you, and the other is you are following somebody else. Okay. And we'll talk more about that. People often ask about security and is this secure? And that, security is an issue in 2021. And one of the issues with some of the apps is that they might sell your information, like Facebook has been in court right now doing that. But Instagram, even though it's part of Facebook, is kept and operated totally separate. And there are ways that you can secure, and there haven't been any bad mouthing of Instagram that I've come across. And I try and keep abreast of all the latest news and technology that's moving around the planet, and all the new ones that are coming out as well. So one of the things you can do for security are what you see on your screen now. The quick and easy one for not really any significance is you can mute people. So the stories will not appear in your feed. Sometimes we get a little bit fed up with the same person doing sort of the same thing over and over again. And so we can just mute them and not see them. Doesn't hurt them, they don't know about it, but you are now cleaning up what you're going to see. You can restrict, as you can see on your screen, where a person can comment on your posts, but will be hidden from other users except themselves. So they go and comment away and so on, thinking that the world has seen them, but you've restricted them from that, okay? Then there is unfollow, which implies, of course, that you follow, and we'll talk about how to follow someone. So unfollow, you will no longer see the person's content in your feed, much like muting them, but the person you unfollow on Instagram can still see your posts, normally provided that they are still following you, because they have the option as well to follow you. All right, and then finally, the more severe one that you can use that's available to you is block. The blocked person can't see your photos or videos, or even search for you on Instagram. You've now blocked them out of your Instagram life. So those are things that we need to be using. So Instagram is really designed for a phone, okay? You can see it on the web, okay? But the functionality is not as good. And if we have time at the end of the class, I'll take you to the web and show you what I mean. So you can do it on a computer, but you do have a problem with the functionality. So this is an introduction to Instagram. So we're going to go through the basics and make sure that you understand the basics, okay? So the first thing we're going to look at, post a picture to Instagram so that the people that are following you, you're actually posting it for them. I think that would probably be a better way of saying it. And so, yeah, please remember that's possibly one of the first things you do on Instagram is just get something out there. And let's have a look on the slide. Then we'll have a look when I link my phone for you to have a look at, and we'll look at it. So when you want to post a feed, look anywhere on your screen, because it will be anywhere and it changes. Instagram updates their software regularly, okay? The last one I think was the 1st of March, but keep watching. Now look for the plus sign. If you're going to post a picture, let's say we're just going to post a picture, look for the plus sign, or look for the word post, or some similar word that maybe Chromebooks has. And so you look for that plus sign and you then press that plus sign, and immediately another page opens, okay? And it will default to a picture that you've got on Instagram already, perhaps the last one you posted, or the last picture you took. whatever, but it'll default. You don't have to use the one that's default. It just, Instagram thinks it's clever and thinks, well, this is the one you want, okay? And, but you do have options to choose your picture. So you can either just take a picture, and that's the picture that you're going to post, okay? Or you go to your library. That's what I want to show you on this slide. You go to your library, and your library is all the pictures that are sitting on Instagram that you've either taken those pictures or you've uploaded them from your device, okay? So, you know, if you got a lot of pictures, I'm sure like we all do on our computers, you can upload those, or a selection, not all of them, you can select which ones, and Instagram allows you to select, okay? And you do that through the library, and I'll also show you that. But you can also take a photograph or a video, okay? And then when you've done that, you click on the top right-hand corner. It might be an arrow, it might be, say, the word next, but you look for what is telling you to click for. And so you click on next, and you now got the same picture. It's carrying the same picture in, but we've gone to another screen, another editing screen now, okay? So here we've got filter, and you can turn your picture into a black and white, and you've got all sorts of options of filtering. And only by experimenting will you know what you like and what is appropriate, what resonates with that picture that you've just uploaded. You know, it might be a picture on the beach building sandcastles with your grandchildren. You know, it might be, you know, flying over a big city, and you know, you decide what resonates with you, so you can filter the picture there, okay? And then you can also edit a picture by clicking on edit. It again brings up another screen, and you've got all sorts of options for editing your picture or video, but let's keep it to picture for now. So you can edit your picture. You can make it brighter or get the contrast right. And so it's about you and your feeling towards that picture, what it should be. So you go through, and maybe you want to make it a bit more warm. And so Instagram allows that. That's what makes Instagram so special, is its editing facilities. And they're simple editing facilities, but they do quite complicated issues, okay? But it keeps it simple for you and I. And so, yeah. So anybody want to talk? Okay, you click the next edit, the next heading off on the one direction, and or the arrow. And now this is the last screen. So you have 3 screens, and this is now the last screen before you either post it or share it or don't, or save it perhaps, okay? So what happens now, you've still got the picture that you've chosen. It comes with you from page to page. You now can add some text. So what have you just discovered? You've discovered that you post first with a picture or a video, okay, and then text, as opposed to WhatsApp or Telegram. You know, you're just texting, and you can then add a photograph later on. This starts with a photograph, okay? So it's a whole different feeling that is, when you start working with it, it's fun, it's marvelous, and you can actually become a creator with that picture and do things that you possibly have never done with a picture before. So you can write your text, and like this one, Boston is beautiful today. If there were people in that picture, you could tag them and put their names in there if they were part of Instagram. And you can add a location, which is always really good to do, because, you know, if you're on holiday and you're running around, or different parts of the country, and you want to remember where that's taken, but so do your followers. You know, the followers see this river, but where is the river? Okay, so you put there Massachusetts. Okay. Then on this last page, you also have the option to share it to Facebook or Twitter or to Tumblr. Okay. And once you've decided whether that does, you can leave it permanently on, but you don't have to post to any of them. Okay. So now you click the share button, and you have now done your first post. And your followers are going to see what you've posted. Okay. And that's why they're following you. They want to see your posts. Okay. And it's like you want to see the posts of whoever you follow, and your friends, your children, your grandchildren. So if they don't post, you're not going to see anything of them. So now let's create a story for your followers. Okay, people who are following you. Okay, it'll be very different, I say again, on each of your screens. So I'm aware of that, but you can click the plus sign again, or you can click the camera, and the plus sign, you'll see at the bottom of the window, there will be stories. Okay, a story can be a video, or it can be still photographs, maybe a few grouped together, and then you could create a story around that particular picture. All right, so here we are. You can now select some of your previous pictures that you've liked in stories before, and select them, and then you get to a page where Instagram again allows you to do all sorts of extra things as far as editing is concerned. Now, at this point, let me tell you that a story in Instagram, as in most, I mean, every app now is starting to have story. Well, they have them already, although it's been pretty recent. Even the ones you least expect are now starting the story. They call them different things in their apps. Okay. But stories basically they're only 15 seconds long. 15 seconds long. And then after 24 hours after posting them, they disappear. Okay. Unless you have saved them through a highlight, and I'll show you that when we go live. So here, if you click on that smiley face, just as an example, okay, you can look at and add any one of these things that what we're going to do, we're going to add a location, we're going to add a hashtag, as you can see here. So on the picture, we've now added the location. It's Boston, okay? And we can move that around anywhere on the picture if we wanted to, okay? And a hashtag city life. So it actually wasn't about the river, it was about what's behind the river there, okay? The city life. Now you are ready to take some final action with the story. You can save it on the left bottom, okay, here, and it's in different places, in different phones, or you can click onto your story and post it for 24 hours, and it'll be your story posted up, and people who have access to you, will be able to see your story. Or you don't post it to your story, you don't save it, you send it somewhere. And I'll show you an example. You can send it to friends, okay, via email, okay, via messages, and you can copy the URL as well. But a little bit more about that. But so you don't necessarily have to do it there. You can send it to a specific location, okay? And then once you've sent it off, if you're anything like me, you would have made a mistake somewhere, especially spelling. Never been my strong point. My teachers hated me at school. But now you got spell check, so it doesn't matter so much. So you can click those 3 little buttons in the dark on the top right-hand corner. Do you see them? There we are, and you get this menu. So you've got these options, but I want to show you, there's the edit option. So you click on edit, and you can go back and you can correct anything that you don't like, that you didn't want, or as I say, possibly that spelling issue that you've that comes up. Okay. Anyway, and by the way, there are things like Grammarly that I've now started using because my spelling is so bad. So no matter where I type on any app, Grammarly now checks it, and so it says to me, wrong spelling. Okay, so that comes in quite handy, especially when you, like myself, I'm a blogger and an author. I really enjoy that. Anyway, now we're going to look at how to follow on Instagram. Okay, so we've posted a picture. Okay, we've posted a story for your followers. Okay, now you are going to follow somebody else and become their follower. Okay, so let's have a look at what we're doing there. You see this magnifying glass down the bottom there. You might also have the word search, and but that's what you're looking for on your device. And you click on that, and now Instagram will give you all sorts of posts, pictures and videos to scroll down and look at and click on and decide whether you want to follow them. And I'll show you that live. It's far more exciting than a slide, but that's where you do it. So if you're making notes up to now, look for the search or the magnifying glass. And that's a good place to start to find people to follow. Okay, and you can search. There's at the top there's a search section, and you can put a person's name in, you can put a topic in, you can put a hashtag in, and it will find what you're looking for. In this case, we searched for Mandy M. Okay, you see there, Mandy M, and then everybody with Mandy somewhere in their profile shows up. Okay. And there's the Mandy we were looking for right at the top of the list. So now we go and we click on Mandy and we get taken to her profile. Now, okay, for the first time, you've seen somebody else's profile. So now we can look at their profile, read what they've written underneath their name. We can look at the pictures they've posted and what they've done, and we can decide to follow them. All we have to do is click on that blue icon, follow. Okay, and you would then be following somebody. Then you go back to the search and you look for another one that catches your imagination. And that's a good word, imagination, because it catches your imagination. If it doesn't, don't indiscriminately just follow people for the sake of it, because then you're going to be crammed with a lot of activity on your activity page, and then Instagram won't be that special for you because it's just too much. Okay, so when you follow somebody, that person or that person's posts must resonate with you. You must feel, yeah, I would really like to know more about this. Or you set out thinking, well, I want a topic, okay? I want to create a bucket list of where to travel as soon as 2021 is finished. And we can go traveling again. And so you can search for those sort of things. Even look at other people's bucket lists on Instagram, okay? But you can also look at, places that you might want to travel. And so there's all that type of activity you can do and think about when you want to follow somebody. And then, of course, comes your profile. And it's very important to write a little bio for yourself that so when people go to your profile, they get to understand who you are. Okay, it's a choice that must happen quite quickly. Would you just excuse me a minute? The wind suddenly come up and my door's wide open. There we are. All my microgreens are going to get blown away. Sorry about that. And so we were talking about your profile and your bio. And you can also introduce a brand or a service if you want to be doing that. Okay, but not to worry about that at this stage. It's about yourself. Okay, and it needs to be well thought out of and not just something thrown up. Okay, you would find your profile when you find an image like that, or look for the word profile. Okay, and it will take you to a page that looks similar to the one on the left. Okay, and there would be, yeah, well, exactly what you've seen. You'd see 3 lines at the top up there, and you would see, you know, how many followers you have and so forth. But you would click edit for the profile in order to edit the basic stuff. Okay, you would click the 3 lines to start a bit of security, and I'll show you that in a moment when we go live. So, all right, what we're going to do now, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to Zoom are working with an experiment at the moment, which I've been using successfully in my classes, but not always successfully. So I'm going to share my phone through Zoom, and then you'll be able to see what happens with the sharing process. If it works, you'll be able to see what happens on my iPhone. And now we'll go over everything that we've done on the slides, okay, but now you will see it live. Okay, I can't see your videos, but can you see the picture? Maybe just unmute your microphone and say yes, 1 or 2 of you. That's all right.
Yes,
Yes.
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 Great, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay, so now we click on Instagram on my iPhone, and up comes Instagram. Right, now it always defaults to, down the bottom here is the little home, the little black home that sits there. Okay, that's your home. This is your activity page. Okay, and your profile picture will always be on the left at the top, and we'll talk a lot more about that. So if you just scroll down, you're now going to see the types of, well, not the types of, the actual posts that people that you are connected to, okay, that you are following, and what they've done since the last time you arrived. And the latest one will always be at the top. Okay, so you would look, you would go down, and you would see all the posts that have happened. Okay, and some of them will be videos, and some. Let's just go back to the top, or nearly the top. That one there. Shall we look at that one? It looks quite innocent. Not everything on Instagram is innocent, so you've got to be careful who wants to connect with you. Okay, and that's a thing we'll come to in a minute. Yeah, and who's sending you requests. Okay, we've had quite a humorous class before this on Instagram, where somebody had sent me a message, and I see someone, this tells me up here that somebody has sent me a message, so on the top right hand side. But anyway, let's get back. When you see something like this, you now have options. You can just click on the heart and like that, okay, and you can click on the comment, and you can immediately comment on it. And if once you don't want to comment, then you wouldn't hit post. You could hit the back arrow right at the top. Okay, and you're back to where you were. And there's a little paper aeroplane. Okay, and what you can do, you can send this particular post. Okay, it's not yours. It's this particular post to some people that you know and feel that they would benefit from getting this post from you. Okay, and then this icon over here on the right under the picture is where, if you click on that, you save it to your collection, and Instagram puts it into a folder for you to go back and look at some future time, because there's so much, there's over 1 billion users on Instagram. That's with a B, okay, that you're going to see lots of things. And if you're like me, you're going to forget lots of things. So you just save them. And so now we've done that. Another thing that we can do is we can click on the name of the person on the top there, okay? And immediately it brings us out to her profile page, okay? And you can see information there that she shares. And you can see that Elizabeth Waddell is skincare service, okay? And she's written a little bit underneath there, fun, family, freedom and fulfillment, making the most of every day in every way. That's quite compelling. You see what I mean by thinking about your bio when you go to your profile or you open your account, or you've had it open for years, now you want to go back and redo it, okay? That one really resonates with me. I like that, okay? So I page down and I have a look at what other posts she's just have a look at the pictures. I look at with Instagram, as do I. You look at the pictures and either resonate or don't resonate with it, okay? And so, you might have thought one thing, but now I clearly understand that, I don't put makeup on every day. And so I think even though that I like that bio, maybe I should be into skincare, but not today. Now I'm going to click the back arrow, and now we're back to that house, back to the activity page, the home page, and so on. All right, so that's a great place to find people to follow, okay? A good starting point, okay, because you already have a connection with them. All right. So what I just want to show you now, I showed you on the slides the plus sign, okay, or the post sign if you want to post. I'm going to click on the plus sign, it says I've got no media, but there are options, okay? I can click manage, I can click recent, I can click and take a photograph, okay? And you see at the bottom of the screen, this is just for an ordinary post. You see next to the word post, I could click on that and it would become a story, okay? And Reels is another story, but it will allow you not 15 seconds, but 1 minute, okay? And then there is a much longer one I'll show you called Instagram TV, where you could go up for much longer. Okay, so you've got options here that you can click on. I've clicked on the camera, and I can take a video or I can take a picture. There we are, we're looking at ourselves on the screen. And and you look out there and you see my garden. You can see I'm about to put up an arch in this tiny little garden. Love my garden. You can look at microwaves. I could take a picture of any of these things and just, I can just click on it. And I took a photograph of my microgreens indoors there. And now it defaults, remember on the slides, it defaults to the filter. So now you can go through the filter and all sorts of options of filter. And, you know, that one, yeah, could be. And we go back to the normal one, maybe Clarendon might. Yeah, that's actually better. All right, so we've now done the filter at the bottom here. We click on the edit. Okay, and remember I showed you the contrast and the sunshine and all the things you've seen on your screen now. Wow, look at it. I mean, there's just so much on Instagram. If you haven't already fallen in love with Instagram, it's not long. It's not long. Okay, so you've done, maybe we've looked at the contrast, we press contrast, we could move the contrast up or we move the contrast down, you can see the changes. But we'll just leave it there and we'll press done at the bottom there. And now we're going to go up to next and we press next. Remember what I told you? Okay, this is the share page now. Now you can put in a caption there, whatever you want to put in. Typing with one, I'm typing. There we are. I'm getting old. I'm typing on my keyboard and I forgot I'm using my phone. So, yeah. Okay, you can put a cross next to my name there. So we got to type here now. Whoops. There we are. Greens in my home. Okay. There we are. So now we've typed something that relates to the picture and we don't have any people in the picture. Otherwise, you know, if we tapped on that, it would then ask us to just tap the picture and put in a name. We can add a location and I can put my suburb in this time and it comes up there. Promote it is if you're in business and you want to think you've spent some money and do I want to post it onto Facebook? So I click Facebook if I wanted to, or any of these others like Twitter or Tumblr, and then it asks you for emails for Tumblr. Okay, but I don't want to post it. So that's what you did. Then you go to the top and now you click share. And it takes just a few minutes. There's posting at the right at the top there. Busy posting at the moment. And there it's posted. Okay. He came in after me. He must have paid more money. Okay. There we are. Let's go. We third one down. So I guess with 1 billion people, you're going to have people posting immediately after you. But the frequency, and I guess some people do pay to come out on top of your. So you've got to tolerate advertisers. Don't get annoyed with them because Instagram is for free. So yes, there will be some things appearing at the top of your activity page and in your activity page that wasn't quite what you had expected. Okay, so that's how you post on the. Now I want to just touch on, go to this heart next to your video and story create, and if you touch on that, that's all sorts of activities that been going on. And for example, that Peter Kump liked your video. Okay, so then you can click on that and go and see which video it was, or you can click on Peter Kump and go and see his profile. But we won't go there now. So that's what's happening. Then on the extreme right at the top here, this is if you want to just be a messenger. Okay, then you would, it says that there's one request there. If you press the one request, then up comes the person that has requested to connect with you. And they only have 2 followers, so it looks like they could be new. And but it could be somebody who's taking my class as well. And so I'm going to now click on the name. Okay, I know I'm getting into detail, all right? And I know this should be a basic class. And I hope I'm not confusing those who are seeing Instagram for the first time. But I know a lot of you are not. So I'm going to click on the name and see what it's all about. Okay. We page down to see what this is on. It's a fellow energy worker. I found you by looking at some followers. Whoops. I found you by looking at some followers. So, okay, that sounds interesting. I probably would like to think. So what I would do is, yeah, I have the option at the bottom down here. You know, if it was inappropriate, and you know, us oldies know what inappropriate is, we would block them, okay? Or the request itself, we just delete it, not block them, just delete it, and or we can accept it. So as soon as you click accept, it brings up a little message and says you just want it generally, or you want it primary, you want it to feature. So for now, we'll just put it general, and it's moved to general, okay? And we click on the back arrow at the top, and we can do it again, and we're back to these chats. So that's where you would chat. We just went to a request that came there, but you can click on any of these and do whatever you want to do. But this is like the messenger part of that. So I want to move away from that, and I want to go down to the bottom. This is the exciting part, okay, is the magnifying glass or the search, okay, that I showed you on the slides. And now here, this is where you find people to follow, all right? And so yeah, there we are. I don't know what's going to happen. That looks like a friendly shark, is it? Or was a dolphin? That's it. Okay. And so you page down and you page down, and Instagram is giving you all sorts of suggestions to follow based on the type of activity you've been doing. The AI is watching you on Instagram like it does on every single social media. No harm in that. Okay, that's the benefits of AI, is that helps you to get to where you want to go. All right. So now you can take any one of these. I won't click on Elon Musk. Let's, which one shall we click on? I like flowers and gardens. So maybe we click on that one. And immediately it comes up as the single post. Okay. I can now do all sorts of things on this post. As usual, I showed you earlier, you know, we can like them, we can save them, and we can decide, well, do we perhaps want to just go and have a look at this person in case I don't want to follow just because it's a beautiful garden. It would be good enough for me, but you're not always sure what the person is about, okay? So you go to their profile page, and you can read what they've said, and they haven't said very much. It's a home garden website, so they're clearly selling something. So you look at their posts, and they're certainly doing something to do with glamorous gardens. And I've got a soft spot for glamorous gardens, and well, for gardens that are glamorous rather than for this particular. But I'm not going to follow the person. If I did, all right, let me just show you what happens. If you click follow, the word changes, okay? So it changes to following, okay? And now you've got other options to look at, but that's really into detail. That's how you would follow somebody. And we click the back arrows at the top, and we get to where we're going. Now, you can look at, I told you about IGTV. You can also post videos that are an hour long, and you can come here and have a look at them and listen to them, and click on them, and it'll take you to them. There you are, potting up dahlia tubes. You people are doing this now, okay? We're going into autumn, so but you'd be potting up your dahlia tubers. So you come here and you have a look and see what's going on, okay? Vegetable crop rotation, yeah. See what I can grow in winter, okay? You know what you can grow in summer. Okay, so that's ITV. We're not going to go there. And there are all sorts of different other categories, like travel, for example, okay? then you will see all sorts of posts and videos and things with travel. And again, you can click on them and go to them and decide whether to follow them or whatever. It is just so exciting. You know, I enjoy old architecture particularly, and it's really got to catch my imagination if it's modern architecture. So, you know, we all have our own little ways of doing these things. Whoops, I don't want to share that with you. There we go. Okay, what I want to do now, click on search. Okay, now you can search anything. If one of you got a simple word for me to search that I won't mess up with the spelling, then you can just put your speaker on and tell me, what shall I search for? I don't know about
Gardening.
Okay, too late. I would have put that in. Sorry. Okay. Lemons in pots. Okay. Now I'm looking out the window at my lemon in a pot. So that's what gave me the word. Okay, to click on. And mine looks very similar to that pot at the moment. In the same size, almost the same design. No, not quite the same design of pot. So yeah, lemons in pots, and I drink lemon in water, and so healthy. So now I look at this, and you see it's actually a hashtag. So by putting a hashtag in front of lemons in pots, everybody who posts on other categories and they mention lemon in pots and they put a hashtag inside their post called lemons in pots, it would all come to here. It would all arrive here, in addition to where else it goes to their story, to their activity pages. It'll also come here. So hashtags are very popular now, and it also helps you focus in. So if you click on one of them, the same thing as it always happens, it takes you to the actual posts, okay? And you can then decide, you know, what you want to do. And then there are other similar posts, as you can see. So there on the patio. If you haven't got a lemon in a pot, then I suggest you think about it, okay? So now we go back to the search, and you wanted to search for God. Did you say gardens or did you say gardening?
Garden designs, that's good.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. It's
that's good.
I'm just a man. Sorry about that. So yeah, now we've gone to gardenscapes. Okay, and look at that. Eh? All beautiful photographs, okay? And that's what Instagram's about, is a moment, a photograph, that moment, that beauty at that time. I mean, look at that cat down there. I mean, you don't often get that sort of opportunity. So it's really, so yeah, so that's the search, and that's what I wanted to show you. So we can just cancel now. And then just going through, that will be your Reels videos. If you click on that, you can sit and watch all sorts of videos that people post around. I think we've probably all experienced that at this time of our age, of our life, sorry.
Oh my God.
And then next to that is a handbag, and that of course will be a shop where you can buy things that people within Instagram are selling and buying. And then on the right is your profile that we saw on the slide. And as one of the class members said, they went on a specialist get set up class on profile. And maybe you want to tell us something about profile, that person? You can just press your space bar down, and Okay, I can't remember who it was. Otherwise, I'd call them out by name. But one of you said earlier this morning you went to a Instagram profile class. So there's so much to talk about on profile, but there it is. Okay, and you can click on. Okay, sorry, somebody. Okay, pleasure. Okay. We are going to end off now. You would click on profile and you'll be able to edit anything, and you could click on these three lines at the top here, and that will bring you to things like settings, and you want to look at your settings, and Instagram helps you set up so that you have a pleasurable experience. But we have a whole class on this, so please feel free to attend that class. So yeah, I need to bring the class to an end now, but I will take some more questions before we do that. I'm going to stop sharing my phone, but we'll take questions.
This is Olinda. I had a quick question.
Yes, Olinda.
I noticed very briefly in the last screen, it talked about QR codes. If you're going to use this for a business site, then I'm assuming you're going to click on that to add your particular QR code to the screen.
Yeah, in your profile, there is a shop icon. So if you want to set up a shop, you want to sell things, and you want to use the scan codes, yes, then you would do it there. And it will take you through a process. And we do have another class just on not myself, but Instagram business and marketing, and they will cover the Q codes. Okay.
Oh, excellent. Thanks.
All right. Any other questions?
Michael, thanks. This is Darla. I enjoyed your class, but I think I got lost.
I'm sorry, it's my fault if you got lost.
That's all right. So I'll be back. I'll have to come back and have a repeat class. But thank you. I enjoyed it. It's a start for me, because like I say, I guess it's basically you're really trying to sell yourself. Is that the whole basis for the Instagram?
Yeah, you are in Instagram doing that, but you also there's information that you want to interact. So you want to make it a social event. It's a social app, okay? So you want to meet people that have the same interests as you, and so you share things that other people find interesting. So it's an interaction. You're going to make friends. You're going to, yeah, I guess to a way you sell yourself. If you look at it in that way, it's a good way of putting it. I haven't thought about it like that. So yeah, good way of putting it.
But thank you. I appreciate it. It was good.
It's a pleasure. But I take your comment too, Darla. You know, this is supposed to be an introductory, and I do get involved in a bit too much basic. So I think I must discipline myself so that people in your position who see it's a basic don't get lost. I don't want people getting lost. And but anyway, perhaps some of you now that are still online, still with me in class, maybe how did you find the class? Was it too detailed? Did you also get lost?
This is Olinda. I found it just right. I think it was a great introduction for me, and I'm going to definitely do a little more exploring on my own, but I think you covered all the important points. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Olinda. Okay, thank you. Liz, what about you? Or Nikki, what about you? Yeah, here we are.
Well, I really enjoyed it and I learned a lot, but when I had my head down looking at my phone, following certain things, I missed things. I think I said that in the chat. So I definitely will be back, and I think I'll keep my head up a little bit more. But I was trying to, navigate on the phone while you were talking, and then I looked up and you were on a different screen, and I didn't know how you got there. So I'll be back, Mike.
Okay. Well, one option is to be back. The other is you can request a recording of this particular.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I
Yeah,
forgot.
I'll send you an email within the next sort of 10 minutes, and there'll be a link there that you can request the recording.
That's
I think
right.
they
That
become
helps.
available.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks
And then
for
you can
reminding
stop.
me.
You can stop and you can just fast forward
Kind of
those.
at my leisure, huh? Well, thank you. It was very enjoyable, Michael. I appreciate it.
Thank
And I
you.
love your accent. Oh my God, I love it.
Okay, my accent's South African.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I still love it. I don't care what it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks very much, Nikki. Okay. Anybody else want to share? I get a picture of how I should adjust myself. Okay. Jeffrey, what about you?
Ah, it's a very good job. Thank you. My first time, so I learned a lot. Thank you very much.
But was it too detailed for you, Jeffrey?
No, I was catching on pretty good. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. All right. Okay. Well, if there are no more questions, I will take a question, but we need to end the class then. I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay.